It's Entertainment Schmig.
And it's brought to you by Plaza Motors. Furious 7 breaking another record. Another week, another record shattered. Fastest movie ever to hit $1 billion. It did it on Friday, just 17 days after being released. The previous record was 19 days. And the movies that held that, there was more than one. Avengers, Avatar, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Another $29 million to finish first. Paul Blart, finished second with $24 million.
Yeah, that ain't too shabby, though. But, it just makes... We were laughing at dinner the other night just talking about Paul Blart, and then all of a sudden the mall security vehicle drove by our window where we're eating. I went, there's Paul Blart's protege.
Speaking of movies, Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice trailer came out last week. I think Kevin was more excited for the Star Wars trailer. But here's a little audio from the trailer.
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
All right, run that again, will you, Kev?
Sure.
Please, because really...
It's Batman. It makes me want to clear my throat.
Let's get the Superman answer.
Do you bleed?
Of course I do. I bleed. That's why I have multiple uniforms. What? Don't threaten me, mister.
Okay, there you go. There's the...
So more.
It's really dark. I mean, I like the way Marvel, I guess, is Disney influenced, and it's more for the kids. DC, they're really darking this up. I think they need to go a little lighter.
They're really darking this up.
It's the darkened night, man. It just needs, I don't know.
It needs more of the 1960s Batman.
Yeah, with the poof. Pow.
Where Batman and Robin, they play gags on one another.
All right, on to more misspeaking. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony over the weekend. Ringo Starr, one of the people inducted on Saturday night, and Paul McCartney kind of tripped up during his speech.
It's a great honor to be able to induce him. Induct. Yeah. Okay. Into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here in Cleveland tonight, Mr. Ringo Starr.
Every time I hear his voice, I hear Jimmy Fallon impersonating Paul McCartney. Yoko Ono was also on hand, and backstage she gave an interview calling Ringo the most influential Beatle.
What?
I don't know if this is one of her performance
she's in the 70s,
I know. She said no one's going to believe it. No. Ringo, during his speech, offered up this tip for musicians in a band. This just shows, I don't know. Just play some songs, okay, Ringo? He said, if you fart, own up. It'll cause hell if you don't own up, because everyone will blame everyone else. Make a pact that you'll own up to it. We did, and that's why we did so well. So there you go, kids. If you want to be as famous as the Beatles, own up when you fart in the van.
I do believe this show had that pact going on, except that there's only one real person that owns up to it.
No, there's only one farter.
Right.
Well, there's no question that I am not unfamiliar with the toot, but we have caught two of the people on this show not owning up to it. I'm not going to give names, but it was Kevin and Jen. Jen in the office, Kevin in the studio. He'll walk around in crop dust.
You know why? It's so bad, and I just don't want...
You don't want people to bring it up on the air?
Exactly.
I like that you go what? Like it didn't happen. Like I wheeled my chair over to you and you're mortified.
I owned up to it.
No, I owned up to it.
No,
I did. I laughed and you're like, why are you laughing? And I told you why.
I know, but you have to do it right away. Hey, excuse me, in case.
Oh, you don't always.
No,
people
I
walk
gotta...
over and you're like, oh, by the way, you're walking into a cloud.
Into lake
it's
water.
the FZ. And they're not lake water.
Sometimes
they're lake water.
Shia LaBeouf gave another interview to Variety complaining about being famous again. Then go, right? He said the craft of acting for film is terribly exclusive and comes with a baggage of celebrity, which robs you of your individuality and separates you. As a celebrity/star, I'm not an individual. The celebrity/star is the object of identification.
Oh, shut up.
You must become an enslaved body. Well, Rob Lowe pretty much told him to shut up. He tweeted, he's right. It's so hard being famous. So very, very, very hard. Goodbye, everyone. I retire as well. He's channeling a little DirecTV ad. I like it. And last night's ACM's Miranda Lambert, the top winner with 3 awards. Luke Bryan took home 2 trophies, including Entertainer of the Year. And as I mentioned earlier, Taylor Swift's mom kind of paid tribute to her ahead of her Milestone Award.
Like many of you out there tonight with children of your own, I am a very proud mom. So I'd like to thank the ACMs for honoring her in this way, but I'd also like to thank the entire music community for taking such good care of her. And to the fans, I know you love her as I love her. And for that, I thank you eternally.
Sweet moment.
She said the thing about the music industry because it is a nasty industry. It's a nasty industry. Thanks for taking care of her. In other words, thanks for not abusing her.
Right.
I'm sure that some of that happened early on in her career, but oof.
They have it all figured. It seems like they've made all the right
They
steps.
have. There's no question
Yeah.
about it. But you remember when they signed the contract with 19 Entertainment, that there was that big to-do, how do I get out of this contract? And so they were trying to take advantage of her back then when she was young and new and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
that's cool, Mom.
Good ending. Yeah. That's Entertainment Schmig. Good ending for Taylor Swift. I mean, not
Not
Schmig.
the show. No, this ending kind of sucked. Who cut one?
More at 8:40 online at y98.com.
No.